All right, peace. Let's jump right into this. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. In the name of Allah, the Almighty, the Merciful. Praise belongs to God, the Lord of all creations, the Almighty, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, and from Thee alone do we seek help. Guide Thou us on the straight path, the path of those Thou hast favored, not of those who incur wrath, nor of those who go astray. All right, so that was the first surah or chapter of the Quran, and that was ayat or verses 1 through 7. And I want to take a look at it maybe a little differently than normal. You see, Allah gave humans intellect, this special ability to ask questions and seek answers. This is necessary for us because we're not born knowing what to do. Like every other creature knows what to do. It doesn't have to figure it out. You know, they're pre-programmed. Birds know they gotta fly south for the winter. Chickens know how to lay eggs without owner manual. Fish are born swimming. You know, like everything in creation knows what it has to do except for humans. Humans have to ask about the nature of our existence. We have to ask what our purpose is. I mean, I imagine that this line of questioning has been asked by every person in the world throughout all of time at some point in their life. Who am I? What am I doing here? Who really knows? And if somebody knows, how do I ask them? And what do I even ask if I were able to ask them? Well, the one who created us with the intellect to ask these questions and to seek these answers is ready to give us the answers. He's ready with the answers already prepared. And he gave it to us in the form of a book. That's what the Quran is. It's a book of answers. The Quran starts with a request for guidance. Among other things, that's what the opening chapter does. It gives us the answer of who to ask. You ask the Almighty, the Lord of the heavens and the earth. If anyone knows, it's going to be the one that's responsible for the existence of you and everything around you, you know? And it also answers what to ask and how. The how is answered when he has us say, Thee alone we worship, and Thee alone do we seek for help. That's it. That's the how. We ask him for what we need as his loyal servant. Again, he made us creatures that must consult an authority to get answers. Like we're not innately equipped with answers. And then he committed us to asking him the questions. And he also gives us the questions to ask. As the Quran continues, we'll notice that there are logical questions that should be asked. And with those questions, Allah gives us the answers to those questions. In fact, in this first chapter, Allah tells us how to get the answers by serving him alone and asking him alone. He also starts us off with the what to ask for. The first thing he gives us to ask for is to ask for guidance. And he shows us to ask him to guide us one of three ways. The way of those that he's pleased with, not the way of those that get his wrath, and not the way of those that go astray. Here we go with questions, because this immediately makes you ask, who are the people he's pleased with, and who's earned his wrath, and who goes astray? And what does it even mean to be on each one of those paths? Like, what are the characteristics of each type? I mean, it makes sense to want to know what those characteristics are, because if you want to be of the people that are favored, if you want the guidance, you want the answers to your questions, you have to have the qualities of the guided, not the qualities of those who aren't guided. And also, this is how Allah begins answering the questions of who we are. We're all one of these three types of people. Either you're favored, you're cursed, or you're astray. That's everyone at their foundation. But which one? And again, how do we know what group is what? Obviously, that's the next set of logical questions. And Allah answers those questions. And Allah answers who these three groups are with countless examples of what they do. Inshallah, in the next video, we'll get into the characteristics of the first group, the group that we all want to be in, those who are favored. If this makes sense, go read the book for yourself. It's a straight path, Allah to you. He didn't send you to me to tell you what he says. Peace.